Break down the look for me, the inspiration. You're bringing the sunflower rays.
Bringing the sunflower. I mean, it is a joyful moment. We are at basically the lives, which released me of my duties of having to send people home and cry on TV in front of everyone, because it's been really, it's been a crazy season. I mean, how many 4-chair turns did I get this season? It's crazy. Everyone's so talented, and how do you choose? Because basically you're choosing between such different kinds of talent. So here we are. I have amazing performances tonight. I cannot wait to share. They are going to be mind-blowing, and I just can't wait to see everybody's team, because everyone's so good.
And that's what I was going to ask you. You know, I talked to Reba, I talked to Michael. I want to know who the coach to beat is. I need you to drop a name for me.
Well, I mean, I got to be honest. Everybody has somebody that I want. It's too late now. I'm not getting any of them. But I think that I think Michael, through the whole season, I always kind of was thinking like, wow, all the good people are picking Michael. And you would, but then Snoop, you would be like, why did Snoop pick that person? And then all of a sudden you have this like superstar. You're like, oh, and Reba does the same thing. You're like, she like a 1-chair turn, and then all of a sudden you have this like, so everyone hears something different. That's why this show is so exciting, is everyone has a different perspective, and then we kind of learn from each other. And yeah, so it's going to be a shock, because now you're in the lives, they get production, they've had all this experience. It's just going to be like, they become these like stars, like overnight. It's just super cool.
And it's so much fun for us to watch. I want to talk about your playoff advisor, MGK.
I know, that was so cool. I'd actually run into him at a show. Blake was playing with Post Malone, and he was there, and we were in Nashville, and I saw him from the distance, and I don't know if you've ever seen him in real life, but he's very tall.
He's an Ohio guy. Yeah. I'm from Ohio.
And so, so you're like, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go say hi to him. And I said hi. So it was like, when it comes up for trying to find somebody, it's hard. Everyone's on tour. Everyone's busy. And I was like, maybe he would do it. He's kind of my homie. We took a picture together.
That counts. We're besties, basically.
He did. So, but it's cool, too. He actually was writing with some of the same writers that I was writing. I have a new record that just came out. And so, yeah, well, I was just saying, because it's interesting, because I talked a lot about him with one of the writers, Nick, that I'd been working with. Yeah. And so it was fun to be able to go. I felt like I needed to go up to him, because I was like, I know you because I know him, you know. And then now he's my advisor. So it's a little full circle, small world.
Have you been able to text him the congrats since the baby news broke?
I haven't. I feel like I have his text somewhere, but I was trying to find it, because of course he probably knew at that moment, and he probably couldn't say anything. And it's always exciting to have a baby. So yeah.
Yes. Now I want to talk about the new music, the album Bouquet. Talk to me a little bit about it. What can fans expect with this one?
You know, this was just one of those things. It was just in me. I had to get it out. It was one of those. I think that at this point, like, fast forwarded into the future of my life, like, I didn't really think I was going to do new music again. I didn't know. And during 2020, I started, like, fantasizing about it. And I think that sometimes I always feel like the Lord just kind of, like, hands me down these wild ideas. Like, no, you need to go in the studio. And I was like, and I just was like, I'm going to do it. I felt a little guilty about it. Like, why guilty? Because I have, like, a full life. It's like, am I really going to, I've done it so many times. Like, I'm really going to go to the studio and, like, because you don't always get something when you go in. It takes a lot of selfish time to, like, write a record about yourself, you know what I mean? And then promote it and all those things. So I feel like being a mom and everything was just, like, stolen moments, which I think made it even more, like, I wanted it more. It's almost like when you can't get your nails done and you're like, I got to get my pedicure. I got to get my pedicure. That's like this record, right? But, yeah, it's been really, like, fun to be able to share it, because I feel it's kind of like a confession, and it heals you once you do that, like, get it out.
Absolutely. And to the point of confession, I mean, what will fans get from you in this music that maybe they haven't seen of Gwen before?
I feel like it's just the next chapter of my life and what I've been going through in the last, healing, years since I found love for the first time in my life and got to experience what that feels like, and just, express, like, this kind of love story out loud. And it's just a really feel good album. I think that it doesn't really have a genre. I don't feel like I feel like I've always tapped into all these different little styles of music. I've been so blessed that way. But it feels like in some ways nostalgic, like maybe when I was a kid, like that, like really organic, just a live record. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just storytelling. It's just sharing. I hope people listen to it. It's every time someone does, it's very exciting.
I almost said no doubt, no pun intended. I hated myself immediately for how ridiculous it is. I know I got to let you go. Fill in the blank. It's not Christmas without.
Oh, Blake. Hello. You make it feel like Christmas, Blake.